Would you care for a prune, doctor? Oh no, thank you. I was just leaving. But you have just arrived. Oh, careful. I have no idea how the thing works. All I know is that the voice tells me what it needs and I get it. Goodbye, Mr. Witherspoon. You keep up the good work. We could call it a sculpture. Would that make my niece happy? What? Oh no. If you happen to run across an old tuba, would you bring it by? I need it in 2 hours. Cynthia, do not do this to me. Uncle Edgar, please. It is just for 3 days while they observe you. It is too long. It has to be maintained, kept in balance. Mr. Witherspoon, you hear voices. That is not normal. You must understand that. You hear voices, too. No, healthy people do not hear voices. You hear mine, do you not? That is not the same thing. Why? What is the difference between a sane man hearing a crazy voice and a crazy man hearing a sane voice? Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. You do not understand the risk you are taking. I knew it. There goes Tatoa. What is Tatoa? A tiny island in the South Pacific. What time is it? 3:17? At 3:17 in the afternoon, Tatoa became history because of you. Please, weather is still time. It will take me days to clean up this junk. Keep her away from it. Remember Tatoa. Classic St. Coast. Tired, feeling useless, he created. Typical delusion of grandeur that he was vital to the world's survival. Poor Uncle Edgar. You will take good care of him, will you not? Mideast stalemate continues. Congress passes Transportation Act. And in the South Pacific, the tiny island of Tatoa is destroyed by a tidal wave. Details on this and all the news in an hour. Did he say Tatoa? Yes, the number for the Chronicle, please. Thank you. Hello, I want to check on a news story. I just heard something on the radio about a tidal wave destroying an island. Yes, that is it. Are there any details? 1,000. Really? When this afternoon? I mean, exactly what time? Thank you. Miss Walker. Yes, doctor. Tatoa was destroyed at 3:17 this afternoon. Is that bad? Last week, Santa Barbara was hit by an earthquake. I am not taking any chances. Oh my God, the landlady. She will destroy it. Santa Barbara? Get Mr. Witherspoon released immediately. Drive him home. You personally as fast as you can. Do not touch the thing. You did not, did you? You have not touched anything or moved anything. Not yet. Why? Because this is the creation of a disordered mind. And by studying it, analyzing it just exactly as he left it, I can come to a deeper insight into Mr. Witherspoon's problem. He is a loony. What else do you have to know? No. It is not that simple. I cannot rent this place with garbage in it. All right, I will rent it. You? Yes. I will give you double what you are getting. I will be up later with the check. Thank you, Mrs. Mulligan. He has escaped. Excuse me, Mr. Witherspoon. Mr. Witherspoon. Should I call the cops? No. Everything is going to be fine. You have a handkerchief? Oh yes, right away. Thanks. That lady had me dressed so fast. I left mine behind. Mr. Witherspoon, I do not know how to begin to apologize. Nothing in my training had prepared me for a case like yours. Well, nice meeting you. Where are you going? Away finally after 11 years. But what about tough? The voice spoke to me while I was in your hospital. It said, Edgar, have you ever been to Miami? I said no, but I used to think it would be a nice place to retire. Go for it, the voice said. You are off duty. You mean all this is not necessary anymore? Sure it is. It is absolutely essential. The world still has to be kept in balance. So who is going to, and look, it needs adjusting already. That is it. Now, if I can just get a ping-pong ball in there by 7:13, well, I guess we solved that little problem. I would get cracking if I were you.
Impossible.
I refuse. Jeremy, really, you will grow to like it. Give it a chance. So long. Do not take any wooden nickels. Unless you really need them, of course. Mr. Witherspoon. No, a tambourine. I have to find a tambourine right away. Can you help me? Do you know where I can find a tambourine? If in the next few months you notice that there has been a spate of catastrophes, or things are just not going right, remember that Edgar Witherspoon's replacement is learning how to make some precise adjustments. Do not worry, his education will not last long. And then you will have a chance to make a difference. Perhaps you might give thanks to a physician whose practice extends to the well-being of the entire planet. Dr. Jeremy Sinclair offers a unique form of preventative medicine found only in the Twilight Zone. The man was, by every conventional measure, entirely mad. That is what the neighbors said. That is what the landlady whispered behind her hand. To them, he was a loony, a nutcase, a genuine wacko. His name was Edgar Witherspoon, and he lived in a world constructed of his own singular, desperate logic. He was a man always in pursuit of things. He did not seek gold or jewels. He sought 3 paper clips, a chrome coat hanger, or perhaps one solitary patent leather tap shoe. He scoured the city, rummaging through trash cans and haunting garbage dumps with the fervor of a man possessed by a mission. He was a constant agitation to the other tenants of the building. One day it would be bicycle spokes he required. The next it would be baseball cards. And the complaints always found their way to the same desk. Yours truly. He would not allow a single soul into his apartment, not even his own niece, Cynthia, who worried incessantly about him. That collection of his, that mountain of disparate junk, it was, in the eyes of everyone else, a fire trap, a hazard. He could hurt himself, or worse, he could hurt the other tenants. He needed help, and so it fell to me, Dr. Jeremy Sinclair, to intervene. I remember the day I finally approached his door. Yesterday, he had insisted on finding a yo-yo, and he had set a deadline of 6 o'clock. Last week it was pieces of broken dolls, heads, arms, legs, that occupied his waking hours. Please, I had begged the universe, let me solve this. Please, for his sake and for ours. I arrived at his door, only to find that his doorbell did not function. I knocked, and the sound echoed hollowly down the hallway. It was then that Mrs. Milligan, the landlady, appeared. She looked at me with a mixture of hope and exhaustion. I believe he has disconnected it, she said, gesturing toward the floor. Down there, in the basement. Oh, thank you, I replied, though the information felt trivial. Thanks anyway. Mr. Pilchick. A voice drifted from behind the door. I turned to look at the man standing near the stairwell, who clearly was not the man the voice had addressed. I am Dr. Jeremy Sinclair, I announced to the door. May I talk to you, Mr. Pilchick? Some other time, perhaps, the voice replied, distant and preoccupied. I have to look for a doll head. It was a scene I had witnessed many times before. One old man, isolated in a private world of irrational urgencies. For Dr. Jeremy Sinclair, it was an all-too-common sight. But Edgar Witherspoon was a most uncommon old man, and as I stood there in the hallway, I had no idea that I was on the threshold of a secret that reached out to the 4 corners of the earth. I eventually gained entry not by force but by persistence. Inside, the apartment was a labyrinth of objects. Your niece, she worries about you, I told him, trying to establish a rapport. She is a very nice woman, so tell her not to worry. See, a simple solution, Edgar said, smiling as if I had solved a grand mystery. Thanks for coming. It has been a pleasure meeting you, but I have to get on with my work. Your work? I asked, genuinely intrigued. I bet you would like to know what it is, would you not? Yes, I admitted. Wrong answer, he chuckled. He began searching frantically again. You see a doll head here anywhere? You mean like that? I pointed to a shelf. Ah, too big, he sighed. Also brunette. I need blonde. And I need it in 5 minutes. And what for? I asked, feeling the absurdity of the conversation growing. You want Santa Barbara to fall into the ocean? He snapped. Then stand aside, sir. Stand aside. He dove into his pile of treasures,